Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Arrow. So let's talk about this episode, The Fallen. So last episode we got to see Thea Queen died, and I'm sure you've seen my review for that already. And I was very upset because Thea Queen is my favorite character. And with this episode, Oliver really has to give everything up to save Thea. He has to become the next Ra's al Ghul, and he promises Ra's al Ghul, "I will do so if you save my sister." And Thea goes down into the Lazarus pit, rises up, goes a little crazy, but then like she just forgets a lot of stuff. And then a whole Olicity thing happens. We get to see that. So they end up together, and you know, of course, they end up together and they have to go their separate ways. Yeah, so now Oliver's gonna be training as a person in League of Assassins, and what happens to Team Arrow, who the hell knows? So that's pretty much the whole episode. I gotta say, a lot of this was revealed in other stuff, and I will say that makes it a little less hyped or a little less, oh my god, that just happened, because a lot of this was already kind of released in other, just promos, not just like, oh, you're looking for spoilers. No, it's just promos they released this. The Flash promo released about the costume, that Oliver was going to be part of the League, so we knew that was going to happen. The whole Thea thing was kind of pretty much revealed with the Lazarus pit promo, and also the promo for Arrow revealed the whole Olicity thing. So a lot of the main points here were already revealed in the past, so it's just really a lot of character moments we get to see, which were great. As an Olicity fan, I liked seeing them together. I liked seeing that there wasn't a lot of fighting in this episode. It wasn't like, oh, Oliver, you can't do that, you can't do this, and then have a whole fight and why you can't do it. It was more about accepting things in this episode, except, you know, not accepting that Thea was dead, and thank God they didn't, but, you know, bringing Thea into the Lazarus pit. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Well, you know what? I'm gonna save Thea for last. So we'll save Thea for last. So yeah, Olicity moments were pretty good. I liked the little twist they added of Felicity trying to save Oliver. I liked that she tried to defend herself. I thought that was really cool. So Felicity was really back in this episode, so I enjoyed that. Again, the ending we saw happening already in other promos, so I think that would have been a bit bigger if we didn't already see happening, but I like what they've been doing with Masio. Still don't like the flashbacks though, don't really care, and then when they had the flashback for like the last 2 minutes, I'm like, oh my god, you could have done so much more than have this random flashback. And yeah, they try to connect some stuff, but definitely it's not worth how much time they spend on these flashbacks. Like, yes, they mentioned the Thea thing, where that flashback was okay. You know, Masio, as a character himself, obviously he wouldn't be as important without the flashbacks, but a little bit too much this episode, and those didn't connect with what was going on in tonight's episode. So I didn't care about that so much, and I just felt like they spent so much time on it tonight. Maybe because there was a lot of tense moments throughout the episode. Yeah, and I gotta talk about Thea. You know, I gotta talk about Thea. She was a bit. Well, also I want to talk about one of my favorite scenes of this episode. Actually, was Laurel and Felicity's moment, even though it was so small. I liked their friendship, honestly. I like that they could go to each other, and, you know, Felicity could tell Laurel, hey, this happened to Oliver, and then Laurel just, like, wrapping Felicity in a hug. I really been enjoying their friendship, and Laurel as a character, as you guys know, I think is improved 100%, and we saw that with Flash last episode, and now we're seeing it even more here. Her just like kind of accepting herself a lot and being proud of who she is, and, you know, being proud that she's friends with these people, and that's what I love about Laurel's character, and, you know, you just see a glimpse of it here, and, you know, hopefully we'll see even more for next episode, but I thought that was a really strong scene, even though it was just one scene, because obviously Katie Cassidy was in Flash this week, we didn't get to see a lot of her. I thought that was really well done. Alright, now we'll go elephant in the room. Let's talk about Thea. So Thea does go in the Lazarus pit, and she kind of goes crazy, but at the same time, like, just forgets a lot, and I love how Oliver reacts to Thea in general. That opening scene was great, where Thea's like trying to get to the phone, crawling, and, you know, she's a survivor. Love that. She's surviving, and even, you know, when she's in the hospital, she's trying to survive. She wants to live. And then I thought Stephen Amell's acting was great. The way he reacts to you know, Thea. I love that. And you could just tell the brotherly love, and that expression here. And even Malcolm, I thought Malcolm was really good here, you know, it's like, I don't want to lose my daughter, and he's still, like, really screwed in the head. It's like, oh, but I could have left. You know, I was free. I'm finally free. You should be happy. And Thea's just like, what? My brother just went to League Assassins. You're putting all this shit right here. It's like, I don't care about you right now. I care about my brother. So I like that moment because I think Malcolm cares about Thea, but in so many screwed up ways, and I thought that was highlighted very well in this episode. But yeah, going back to Lazarus Pit Thea, I don't know how to feel about this episode with her because I think it goes back to whole women in television thing and, you know, how women are represented in television, or really is this whole entire arc was to make Oliver's story stronger and not Thea herself. This was it's supposed to be a centric episode of Thea, and we don't get them that often, and she was just kind of wobbling around throughout the whole episode, even though I thought it was very comedic, and I liked what they did with the character, and if you look, you know, into it, there's a lot of great little details here. I just kind of wish they did more with it. Yeah, I don't know. I just, again, I wanted more. I wanted more for Thea's sake and less than, oh, you know, this is how Oliver's reacting to it. Of course, this is his show, so you have to see how he's reacting to it. But also, Thea just, like, went to death and now she's alive, and we don't really get to see that reaction. It's more of like, oh, this just happened to Oliver. I want to see what this means for Thea, and that's something we don't get to see in this episode. But we get little glimpses of it, like when she called Malcolm Dad right when she woke up, and it's just, I love this confused state of her getting confused with timeline. She's like, oh, where's Mom? Maybe because she saw her mom when she died, who knows. Also, I think they cut out a clip where we were supposed to see that, you know, Thea killed Sarah, and I think that was the dream she was having, but I think they cut that out. But yeah, you know, the confused timelines of, oh, where's Mom? Hey, Dad, who are you, Oliver? So I like that moment. Also, you know, finally kind of get that Felicity and Thea moment that they've been promising, and I think hopefully these last 3 episodes we see more of that, but Felicity, like, reacting to Thea when she was having this, like, mini panic attack, which I guess is understandable, but also very random. But it's like, Felicity's like, hey, you okay, Thea? Like, I know we hardly know each other, but, because they really don't know each other, so I think in that situation, this, like, you know, I love how Willa Holland kind of reacted to it. It's like, who are you? What's going on now? Because she's in this such confused state. So I think Willa Holland herself did a great job with what she had in this episode. And I liked how crazy she went. I liked the effects of a Lazarus Pit, and I know supposedly there's even more effects to it in the future, but I like it's still Thea kind of in the end. It's not so convoluted. It's like, whoa, who is this character? But you know she's going to go through a lot of trials in the next episode. And, I mean, I hope maybe they're keeping it from promos, and I hope they've been keeping it from promos. I hope after this experience, you know, she realizes how much Oliver has given up for her, and Thea will be like, you know, I want to give up something for him. I want to save Oliver, because supposedly it's going to be the Arrow team trying to save Oliver, and then going to him and trying to, again, save him. We don't know how this is going to happen, but it's going to be Arrow team versus Arrow. And I hope Thea's added to that. I mean, I think there's just so many pushing elements that she should be part of the team by now, or at least getting close to being part of the team. Especially with Roy leaving, which obviously they couldn't really dabble with in this episode. With Oliver, you know, literally giving up his life for her. I think she should be like, hey, I want to help you guys. Especially, you know, Laurel's part of the team, even though she doesn't really know who Dig and Felicity that much, she's not that close to them. I think Laurel could be that pushing point too of, you know, just being part of this team. I mean, I think we all know she's going to be part of the team sometime. I really hope it's that motivation to save her brother. The reverse, I hope we get to see that. And I think that would be strong for a character and really make this whole episode mean more. Because again, I felt this episode was more of, oh, well, this is driving Oliver to do this, and less of, this is how Thea feels. I mean, she just died. I would like to see a little bit more of her point of view. But understandable they couldn't, because this was very much an Oliver episode. Even though we were promised a Thea episode. But yeah, it's still very good. I like the little moments. That was really my only little complaint, but I think they could fix that in future episodes. I'm just seeing this as a scope of one episode. I'm sure they will expand more on Thea and the Lazarus Pit stuff in the next 3 episodes. And again, I hope they go the direction I'm thinking, that she's not going to just sit in the sidelines like she's been doing all season, and she'll actually be part of the action and want to save her brother. So yeah, I'm totally excited for next episode, and obviously the next 3 episodes, see where this goes, and I thought this was a pretty good episode. I enjoyed it, just some slight nitpicks, and that's mostly because promos. They just kind of released a lot, and that's what happens in this day and age. But let me know in the comments below what you thought about the episode. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, in the description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like my Facebook page for Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.